Welcome back to another episode of MotoGP Mac, and today we're going to talk about the interview that Kenan Sofuoglu gave about not wanting to bring Toprak to MotoGP. Now, we all know that Toprak did test the Yamaha for a second time in Jerez recently, but speaking just before the Assen Grand Prix, Kenan Sofuoglu, Toprak's manager, said that tonight I will start talking to Yamaha about what to do for 2024, and by Barcelona we'll have reached a final decision. I have already spoken to Toprak and I have been clear. I do not want to take him to MotoGP. I know Toprak and I've been following him for many, many years. And I think MotoGP is not for him. I can even give you examples to why. If you want to be in the MotoGP, then you have to grow up in the paddock. But Toprak's paddock, namely Superbike, is not MotoGP. And I think in the World Superbike paddock, Toprak can stay on top for another 10 years, while in MotoGP, I think it will be a much more limited time, like 2 or 3 years. Furthermore, in Superbike, Toprak is a star and a champion loved by many people. When you start to lose that enthusiasm and warmth from the audience, that means you start to go downhill. Take a look, for example, what happened to Ben Spies and James Toseland, two great riders. It didn't go the way they'd hoped, and once you get to MotoGP, everyone wants a result immediately, and very few succeed. He said, I too myself have experienced it. I went to Moto2 and I suffered a lot. He was then asked about the rumour that Pramac Ducati was interested in taking Toprak, and he said, this is not true. Ducati are not interested in Toprak at the moment, and I have not received any type of contact from them for the MotoGP. I don't know why. At times it seems crazy to me, but this is the current situation. He was then asked about what happens now, and he said, my goal is to talk to Yamaha and to renew the contract here in Superbike, finding all the necessary guarantees. Obviously, if Toprak wants to go to MotoGP, then we will go to MotoGP. But if it's his dream, it's only right that he chases after it. In my opinion, the right choice for Toprak is Superbike with Yamaha. In fact, the main negotiation is underway with Yamaha, given that Yamaha led him to win the World Championship, and there is the utmost respect. He was then asked about what happens if it doesn't happen with Yamaha. He said, there is already 2 other manufacturers interested. My goal is to have a decision by Barcelona. He was then asked, is that in the MotoGP paddock or in the World Superbike paddock? And he said, I can't name names. In this paddock, many want Toprak, talking about the Superbike paddock, although he has left Kawasaki and he is still on good terms with them. We will know something by Barcelona. So I think it's very interesting. And like I've said this many times, that Kenan is tied in with Red Bull in an academy in Turkey. So, of course, it's less friction for him if Toprak stays in Superbike and keeps the Red Bull sponsorship, which Red Bull back the Turkish academy. So I can kind of understand it and see where he is. He does raise valid points that, you know, the lifetime of people from Superbike, etc., that come into the MotoGP paddock is quite short. There's, of course, been a few exceptions to the rule, but genuinely it is quite short. And he just does want the best for his rider, I suppose. But he also does have and does rule his riders with an iron fist. So it'll be definitely interesting to see where Toprak will end up in 2024. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. Where do you think he's going to end up? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.